Fred, I'm sure that you like the response to start the game. What happened in the second half?
Yeah, I thought that was about as good as we played all year. That first half, we were flying around. We were getting every loose ball. Our blockouts were on point. We did a great job on the glass. That was our biggest nerve going into this game, was our offensive rebounding and physicality. And I really thought we neutralized that. And that got us out in transition. It got us on a run. We took care of the basketball for the most part in the first half, and then it completely flipped in the second. It started on the first couple possessions where we went after loose balls with one hand. We went after a couple of rebounds with one hand, and give them credit for coming out with more intensity than we did. And for us, as we talked about in the locker room, we got to find a killer instinct. We got to be able to stomp on a team when they're down, and we let them right back in it with, I think, a 16-3 run. And now you're in a dogfight the rest of the game on the road with a really good crowd. And it's disappointing. I loved our first half. I loved how we were sharing it. We had great movement. And second half, not only the loose balls but the turnovers, and turned it over 12 times in the second half. You can't do that on the road. You're going to get stung.
How much did Minnesota's physicality, do you feel like, bother you guys?
Well, I thought in the first half we handled it great. That's who they are. That's what defines their teams. They play extremely hard, and they're very physical. And I thought we used their pressure against them in the first half. We had great curl cuts to the rim. We were cutting well. I think we shot 58% in the first half, and that's not easy to do against this team. They're very sound defensively. And then second half, again, the turnovers. We weren't strong with the ball. They were running through dribble handoffs as opposed to letting the curl develop like we did in the first half. And they took control right away. And that's the disheartening thing about this game.
Did you sense guys were frazzled during timeouts in the second half?
No, I didn't. We tried to stay composed, and they went on a run. We kind of hung in there. We kept that thing around 4 or 6. And they hit the free throws at the end, but again, it's hard. These are hard learning lessons for a team. When you have these types of situations, but we got to learn and grow from it. We can't sit here and let this affect the next one. We got a huge one at home on Sunday, and we're going to have to play a complete 40-minute game in this league if we want to have any success. With
the point of finding the killer instinct, how surprised are you with this veteran group, and especially with the way they practiced the last couple of days, that's become such a big issue?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we have to develop, and we show it at times. There's no doubt about that. But if you want to have success in this league at this level, you have to do it consistently. And we did have great practices. I know people don't like hearing that, but we responded well after Creighton, and that first half showed. But again, second half, this is our first time playing a true road game in a hostile environment. And it unfortunately bothered us when they went on their runs, and we just couldn't shut them down, couldn't shut them off. They hit some tough shots, but again, when you don't go after the loose balls, with two hands like we were doing in the first half, the basketball gods have a way of making you pay for it.
What do you see out of Jamarcus? Obviously, he fought hard and had the 16 points, but the 1 assist and 7 turnovers. How would you kind of sum up his game?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked to Jamarcus about continuing to be aggressive, looking for his shot. He's a guy that shot very well from the three-point line in his freshman season. He's a guy that his entire life he's been a shooter. He's a complete shift in mentality right now with moving to the point, but it was good to see him knock some shots down, and hopefully he can get some confidence and build off that. The turnovers wasn't just Jamarcus. I mean, we had too many. First half was great, again, as I talked about, but yeah, second half, when you turn it over 12 times, you're going to let a team right back in the game.
What did Minnesota do to neutralize Casey, and what do you guys have to do to get him going?
Yeah, I mean, they chased him, with everything off screens. They wore him, got into his body. I thought he did a nice job setting some screens and freeing some guys up. But yeah, we just need to make a conscious effort, especially in transition. If he's out there, we got to find a way to get him going.
How different is this Minnesota team without Garcia?
Yeah, I mean, give them credit. They played extremely hard. Their number one player goes down, and those guys that stepped up. It's what happens in this business. It's opportunities that you look for, and give those guys credit for coming in and making a big difference. Thank you.
Coach,